Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Welcome to another leetcode stream. Yep, it has been a busy day, but yeah, I'm still here with leetcode. Let's get this done. So, disclaimer: this will be a 1 hour stream only because I am sleep deprived, so I'll just catch up on my sleep. So yeah, just 1 hour of leetcode and that's it. Okay, perfect, perfect. So, to get things started today, I'll just do the daily question, daily challenge, which is day 2 of whatever month that is going on, which is July. So, find the original typed string 2. Alice is attempting to type a specific string on her computer. Alice is attempting to type a specific string on her computer. However, she tends to be clumsy and may press a key for too long, resulting in a character being typed multiple times. You are given a string word which represent the final output displayed on Alice's screen. You are also given a positive integer k. Return the total number of possible original strings that Alice might have intended to type. If she was trying to type a string of size at least k. Since the answer may be very large, return it modulo 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. So for example, in this input, we have been given two things, which is the output screen string. What's up, Subidara? How's it going, brother? Hope you are doing good. Um, yeah, so back with the question. So the input is the string that is printed at the end. So which is A, B, B, C, C, D, D. And K can be 7 here. So she intended to type 7 characters, uh, but there was some repeating character here. So we just need to know how many possible strings are there that can satisfy this condition. So there are 8 characters here, so at least k. Okay. Interesting. Only lowercase English letters. So here she uh hmm I can simply see that A is repeating twice, B is repeating twice, C is repeating twice, D is repeating twice, and they are contiguous, right? So that is also a factor here. So she would have thought of writing A, uh, like, yeah, she intended to write A and it was printed correctly, but when she intended to type B, I mean, yeah, there can be a case where A was mistakenly repeated. So instead of single A, there are double A printed. Let's mark this as a red character. Let's say this was mistakenly printed, then this is one possible string, right? Let's say she intended to type in B, but this B was mistakenly printed, then this is a possible string. Then this can be mistakenly printed, then this is a possible string of length k, at least k. Then this could have been possibly, mistakenly printed, and this is a possible string. Also, maybe she intended to type all of these characters, and this is also a possible string, right? So one base case simple here is when length of word is less than k, or if it is less than k, then there is no possible way, right? Return 0. When it is equals to k, we cannot delete anything, so it is just as it is, so return 1 there, right? Now when it is greater than k, okay, Okay, let me just type it in a good, better way. So, I am thinking of in a recursive fashion. Like, I can go character by character. I can keep track of the previous character also. So initially, previous character can be anything like dummy. Let's say hash. We don't need to take care of this. So this is previous. This is current. So previous is not equals current, right? Then there is a change of character here. So we cannot. I mean, so current cannot be, it is not possible that current was a mistake, right, when previous is different than current. Makes sense, right? You are given a string which represents the final. Yeah, she tends to be clumsy and may press a key for too long, resulting in a character being typed multiple times, right? But yeah, so yeah, this case makes sense. But when it moves by one, previous is here and current is here, I can see that previous is equals to current. Now this, there is a possibility that current can be a mistake, right? There are two possibilities here. So current can be a mistake or current can not be a mistake. It can be intentional. So from here, I can basically make two branches, like where I can simply say character 1 is deleted, and here all of them are available, right? Nothing is deleted. Let's call it del deleted index 1 and deleted nothing, right? Or yeah, deleted 1. Yeah, this makes sense. Now when we move again, now when current is deleted, previous remains as it is, right? Previous remains as it is. So in this case, in here in this node, uh, right, so here previous was 0, current was 1. Now in this case, previous, we are deleting this character, previous remains as it is, current moves by 1. Current moves by 1, so current goes to 2. Now we are not deleting here, so we move both basically. So previous becomes current, so p equals 1 and current moves further ahead. Now in this case, current is at 2. I can see that previous and current are not equal, so there is no way that I can there is no way that current was a mistake, right? So here there is only one case. Previous will move to current and current will move to the next one. Now I can see in 1 and 2, previous is here, they are still different, so they'll just move. Previous becomes 2 and current becomes 3. But these are different cases because we have deleted 1 here, but and there is nothing deleted here, right? Now this can give me the answer. But this will be way too expensive. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, okay. Let's calculate the time complexity. So it depends on number of repeated. So in the worst case, everything is repeated, right? So, and k can be just 2, so we delete all of these. So yeah, it will be, the height of this tree will be same as order of n. And since we are making 2 decisions at every node, so it will be just 2 to the power of n in the worst case. The time complexity of this solution is 2 to the power of n. Right, so this is pretty bad. Right. Can I do is there any repeating sub problem here? If I let's delete these two. I can delete this a, right? I mean, yeah, maybe let's think of it in some other direction. Instead of deleting, can I just simply know with math, using math or something like that, right? So okay. If I write it in a way like, so current substring a appears twice, then b appears twice, c appears twice, and d appears twice, right? And k is given as 7. Now the total length is 8, right? How many deletions can I make here? I can make either 0 deletions, or I can make so I can simply make 0 to n minus k deletion of these characters, right? This k could have been 17, right? Or it could have been I mean, yes, yep. This d could have come like 12 times or 4 times. Then it would have been 4 plus 6, which is 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. Yup, makes sense. Right. So the point here is, if there is a contiguous repeating character substring, I have to keep at least one character of that type. That is the point here, right? So for example, a comes twice, right? I should have at least one a at first. I cannot delete both of these a's. So yeah, these are my possible deletions. I can delete either 0 or either 1 till n minus k deletes, in a way that I have to keep at least one of these characters. So I have 2 minus 1 characters. I can either delete this or not delete this, right? If I delete this, it will become A1, B2, C2, D2, and there won't be any deletions left. I can delete only one. So if k was 8 and this was 3, right? Or let's say k was still 7, but this was 3. Now there are 9 characters and say 7. So I can delete 2. So in how many ways I can delete a only? With in mind that I can either delete 0 or 1 or 2. I can delete. Okay. Is there a formula here? Uh, yeah, it's a subset problem, right? From given three elements, how many subsets can I make of length less than or equals to 2, starting from 0, right? So basically power set of 2, right? So there can be just empty, there can be one A, there can be the other A, there can be both A's. Yeah, A1, A2 and A1 and A2, right? Yeah. So is it 2 to the power of 2? Let's say if there were 4 A's, there were A1, A2, A3, A4. I have the possibility to delete at most 3. So I can either delete nothing, I can either delete just A1, I can either delete A2, I can either delete A3, I can either delete A1 and A2, I can either delete A2 and A3, I can either delete A1 and A3, or I can delete A1, A2, A3. So how many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 2 to the power of 3? Let's ask ChatGPT how to calculate the number of sets okay, what is a power set? Set of all possible subsets. How to calculate number of sets in a power set given the number of elements in a set. Yeah, 2 to the power of n, correct. So this should be known. I mean, number of sets in a power set is 2 to the power of n. So if I have 3 A's, I can delete 2 A's if I mean, yeah, depends on how many I want to delete here. I have the possibility of deleting 2 A's, so I can delete them in 2 to the power of 2 A's, which is 4, right? Oh, no. Right, yeah, there are 2 A1 and A2. Yes. Delete nothing, delete A2, delete A3, delete A2 and A3. Yep, 2 to the power of 2. So let's consider the original question now. If a deletion, there is only one deletion accepted from I have given 2 here, so 2 minus 1 is 1, so 2 to the power of 1. Is it just addition of all of these things? 5, no. Yeah, but there can be a case like A, B, A, and K is 3, or some shit like that. Yeah, it's difficult, man. And I don't even know string dynamic programming prefix sum. Okay, I think I'm going in the right direction. So 2 to the power of 1 ways of deleting 1a, a1. So what does this mean? There is, if I delete a1 here, I cannot delete anything else. But if I don't delete a, which is 0 deletions here, then I have the possibility of deleting 1b and nothing delete here. If I don't delete b, I have a possibility of deleting 1c and nothing here. If I don't delete even c, I delete 0 here, but I have the capability of deleting d. But yeah, but if I don't delete anything, it's just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 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 Let's consider the next example. We'll get more clarity. Yeah, this is easy. Yeah, let's see this one. So now we have AAA and triple B. I think I'll only be able to do this one question today, but no worries. So A3, B3, K is given as 3. So total number of deletions accepted here is deletions equals n minus k, which is 6 minus 3 is equals 3. So I can delete 3 characters from the string, right? But yeah, I'm only allowed 2 deletions here, so I can either delete 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 2, which is 4. 2 to the power of 2, which is 4. I have 4 ways of deleting 2 A's from here, and I have 4 ways of deleting 2 A's from here, 2 B's from here. 4 plus 4 is 8. But why didn't this work for this one? 2 to the power of 2. Deletions accepted is 3. Yeah, K is, I'm not yeah, this feels wrong, man. K, this deletion is not being counted here. I mean, only one deletion, but ideally, okay, 3. I don't know, I give up. You know what, I just give up. It's been 20 minutes, so I can't find a real solution. I haven't solved this before. Let's look at the solution, man. Most votes. Let's take a look at this guy. Alice is trying to type a string, but she might press keys for too long, resulting in repeated characters. Given the final string, she typed word and a minimum length k. We need to find out how many possible. So this is just repeating the fucking question. Traverse the string and group consecutive identical characters, storing their counts in a list groups. Yep, makes sense. Calculate total possible original strings. The total number of possible original strings is the product of the counts in groups, because for each group we can choose any number from 1 to its count. Oh, yep. Check if original strings are automatically valid. If the number of groups is at least k, every original string formed will have at least k characters. Since each group contributes to at least one character, makes sense. Thus, the answer is the total number of possible original strings. Dynamic programming to count valid original strings. If the number of groups is less than k, we need to count how many original strings have a sum of chosen counts. How many original strings have a sum of chosen counts that is at least k. You know what? This feels like this is typed by AI or some shit like that, man. I just can't read this much text. Or is this just an excuse that I'm making to prevent myself to study this? Maybe yes. So yeah. So to counter that, I will read this from top to bottom. Okay. So this guy is saying, let's just look at the explanation, man. Example. So we have input string AAABBC. Minimum length k equals 4. Group consecutive characters. A count 3, B 2, C 1. 3, 2, 1. Right. Yes, I don't even care if it is A or B. I just need the count. Yep. Calculate total possible original strings, which is 3 times 2 times 1. Let's see. Yes. So I have 3 A's. So I basically have 3 choices to pick A, right? I can pick either A, AA or AAA. Yes. B, 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 C. Yep. 3 times 2 times 1 equals 6. Total possible original strings are 6. Check if original strings are automatically valid. Number of groups is 3 given k equals 4. Since 3 is less than 4, we need to proceed with dynamic programming to count valid string. So if, let's say, if there was A, B, B, C, D and k is also 4, then there are 4 different characters, right? 4 groups basically. And the question says there has to be at least a string of size k. So yes, so all of the possible strings is the result. Correct. Makes sense. Check if, okay, Dynamic programming to count valid original strings. Initialize dp of size k equals 4. dp equals 1 0 0 0. Since dp of 0 equals 1, I didn't get this part. If the number of groups is less than, we need to count how many original strings have a sum of chosen counts that is at least k. I didn't get this line, man. dp of 0 equals 1. Process each group. Group 1, count equals 3. Update dp to include sums from 1 to 3. What? What is this, man? He's not explaining anything. This is just... What the fuck is this? Since k is less than 2000 is relative small, it's better to follow the hints by leetcode. Subtract the number of invalid strings from the total number of possible strings. Let SI denote the lengths. Let SI denote the lengths segments consisting of consecutive same letters. The numbers of string length k is the number of integer solution. Number of strings of length less than or equals k minus 1 is the number of integer solution in the following system of inequalities. This is just so fucking... Why are hard questions so bad? Like, what the fuck, man? How the fuck do you come up with this? And then subtract the number of results of lengths 1, 2 to k minus 1. Okay, makes sense. For any result length, we can use the multiplication principle. If a character appears consecutively p times in the string, and then Alice may choose to input, then giving p possible choices, multiplying all such values of p give the total number of... Yep, makes sense. To count the number of results with lengths less than k, we use dynamic programming. First, we record all the p values in a frequency array. What are you doing, dude? I am reading a solution of a question, leetcode question 3333, and this, yeah, it's just, I'm just struggling. That's what is happening today, man. Well, I struggle every day, but yeah, it's just one of those days, man. Okay. First, we record all the p values in a frequency array frequency and define Fij as the number of ways to construct a string using the first I plus 1 elements of frequency, such that the total constructed length is j. To count the number of results with length size, first Rishi says how many total questions you did in leetcode. Well, I have over 700 questions, but yeah, these don't mean anything. Yeah, it's just sad, brother. I'm just dumb, man. I'm just way too dumb for leetcode. But I still do it because I want to get better. That's all. Okay. First, we record all the p-values in a frequency array frequency and define Fij. Damn, you look pro at it. Bro, looking pro and being pro are way two different things. I am still struggling. And I think even the elite coders struggle sometimes, so it's okay. It's okay. Struggle means progress. That's how I look at it, so it's fine, man. Uh, is the number of ways to construct a string using the first I plus 1 elements of frequency such that the total constructed length is j. I didn't understand a bit. For state transition, we iterate over the number of times the character corresponding to frequency I is used from 1 to frequency of I if it is used j times. Like, what the fuck? Do I really need to study math to do DP questions? Is there a neat code video on this? Let me check, man. Let's fuck this thing. Neat code 3333. Oh, this seems like a very recent question. Are you in college? No, bro. I am a working professional. I am not in college anymore. And I wish I did this stuff in college so I could have been better at this point. So, yeah. It's just, yeah. It is what it is, man. Let's see this guy. This guy is good, man.
Q4 of the bi-weekly contest 142. Find the original type string 2. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this one. Yeah, this one is a hard problem, and as you can see, only 164 people got it. It was very tricky during the actual contest. I did this.
Where can I start to learn coding? Well, that's okay. Where can I start to learn coding? Um, on a computer, that's the best start point. So first buy a computer and then follow some YouTube tutorial. That's the best way currently in this day and age. Get the very basic tutorial of any programming language that you want to learn, and yeah, get started with it. That's all, brother.
In about 40 minutes with penalties. Silly penalties, but still kind of, it is what it is. I actually, one thing that I would point out is that if you really want to kind of, I'm going to go over it anyway in a step-by-step kind of way, but if you really am curious how I attack this problem in the 40 minutes or whatever it was that I took, or 35 minutes that I took, watch the live portion. I actually, so for this one, I initially came up with a solution that was time limit exceeded. I actually honestly just did the math wrong, so I thought it would be fast enough that I just did the math wrong in my head. I forgot a factor, so it was 700 times too slow or something like this, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, it was too slow. But writing out writing out the TLE, the time limited version, allowed me to see what I needed to do to solve it. So maybe there's a chicken and egg thing in that, like I do the group by thing to kind of group the words together, the characters together. So because this will give pennies upside down. I was like, why am I not sure? The red chunk comment here, and that's really how I did it anyway. I just look at this and then, yeah. Yeah. I think one additional thing that I would say is that you can also notice that there's a space optimization. I did during the contest.
Brother. I'm in second year and did only 40 problems in total. I also face difficulty in doing problems. Please suggest some tips so that I can improve. Okay, if you have only 40 problems right now, so I would suggest that you do one problem every day, just one. Just attempt one problem every day. If you can solve it in less than 20 minutes, then it's good. If you cannot solve within 20 minutes, just look up the solution, understand the solution, understand the time complexity, why that code works and why your code doesn't work, and write the code yourself without looking at the solution, and that's it. The only catch is if you cannot solve within 20 minutes, just give up. I mean, look at the solution, that's it. Because wasting more than 20 minutes on a problem is just waste of time. I did the same thing for my like first maybe I don't know 250 problems. And the first 250 problems give you the most learning. After that it's just like practice. Like yeah. One, now like I do 5 daily. That's great, man. If you can do 5, that's good. If you have the time and if you like doing lead code, that's great. Also, doing quality problems helps a lot. So if you just do easy problems, that's not gonna help you. You should do challenging problems. I mean, the stuff that you don't know, you should do problems related to that. So yeah, that's my tip, brother. Okay, TPIG you do 5 daily, right? So yeah, can you give me some tips to like how to study dynamic programming? How can I get better? Mainly bottom up approaches of dynamic programming because I struggle with that a lot. I just don't understand, man. Like, do I need to really study those mathematical things to do dynamic programming? Or am I just dumb?
During the virtual contest, I did miss this thing where n has to be less than k.
Hey everyone, how are you? In this video we are going to solve the leetcode problem of the day, and the problem is if but the length is 4 right. Maybe she was trying to type A, she ended up typing AA. Similarly for B, so though she did time limit exceeded error. Maybe this can blow up the system, so do not even try this. Now, if we cannot create the strings, that's for sure, we cannot create, right? Then what can we do? So the question says that you just need to find out the count, right?
Yep.
Now my question is, can we find the smaller length count easily or the bigger length count easily? The maximum length possible is 8, right? The original string. The minimum length is 4. So I know that all these 16 strings which are possible will be of length 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. I need to find out the strings which are of length at least 7 or 8, right? Now, there are two ways. You can directly count the strings of length 8 or 7, or maybe, since we know the total, and if we can count the number of possible strings of length 4, 5 and 6, then what we can do is we can just say, okay, you can remove the count of strings of length 4, 5 and 6 from 16. That's like saying that if you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, these are the possible strings. If you can find how many strings you have of length 4, 5 and 6, and we know the total, so I can say 16 minus the number of ways we can create the strings of length 4, 5 and 6. And that is going to be equal to the number of original strings which Alice was trying to type of length 7 or 8, right? And the thing is, it will be easy to count the smaller length, and that is because, let us say I ask you right now that, can you find out the string which is of length 7, exactly 7? Then there will be a lot of confusion. Maybe you will have to take one number of A, then all other characters, and then one number of B and all other characters, or maybe one number of C and all other characters. So you will have to think a lot. But if I ask you that, hey, can you tell me how many strings you can create of
Bro, did you do development or AI or DevOps or kind of stuff like that in college, you mean? So, yeah, in college I did development. I mean, I used to create websites and deploy them. I also once deployed a Python, I don't know, Django server on AWS. I mean, it was very basic stuff, but yeah. I once integrated Spotify API in one of my websites, which was fun. And yeah, DevOps and AI. In AI, what did I do? I did a bit of machine learning. I took a course on Udemy and I did some modeling and stuff. I mean, created some models. But yeah. Yes, in my final year project, I created a visual recognition model. Like, so it was COVID time, right? So I created a program that detects if you are wearing a mask or not, a face mask. So yeah, that was fun. And DevOps, I don't think I did any DevOps, man. DevOps in college, it's no, I didn't do it. Yep. Yeah, so that was it mainly in college. It was basic stuff, getting the basics down. That was it.
length 0? And it is very easy. It is just of length 8 strings of length 0, that is an empty string. An empty
Hmm.
string is of length 0, and that's the only way we can create a length 0 string. Okay, what about 1? Can we create a string of length 1? Of course we can do it. And there is just one way. Directly we can find out. That's because the first character was for sure Alice was trying to type. So a string of length 1 will be nothing but A, right? A string which is having one character A. So it is a bit easy to calculate the string of smaller length, and using those smaller lengths we are going to calculate the bigger lengths, and this is called dynamic programming. output is equal to the total count, this is the total, minus, that is minus k ways. Let us say this particular value which we are trying to find out is k ways. I mean, you can assign it any name, so let us say it is k ways. So total minus k ways. Now the value of k is equal to 7. We need to find how many ways to print strings of length at most k minus 1, and we know that the minimum length of our string is going to be the length of the groups. We have 4 groups, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have created an array or a list of the group's length, right? 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 means this group is going to contain the maximum of 2, minimum of 1 character. And since 2 is the value for all the groups, this is the same for all the groups. Now I'm saying that the minimum length of my string which Alice was trying to type is length of the group. That's because I have 4 groups. Each group is going to contain a minimum of 1 character. I have 4 groups. I can say length of my groups, which is nothing but 4, right? So the minimum possible length is 4. So initially there can be a check that if the minimum length we are creating, we can create, is more than or equal to k, the given into k, then all the strings which are possible, which we can create, are going to be the possible strings which Alice was trying to type. So we can directly return the value of total. You no need to go ahead. Let us say for this particular string the value of k is equal to 4. Now I know that there are 16 ways to create possible strings which Alice was trying to type. The minimum length string we can create is 4, and the value of each group means try to find out all the strings which are more than equal to 4. I'm talking about the length. So all the strings will be of length at least 4. So 16 is going to be the answer, right? So that is what I'm saying. Minimum length is going to be the length of the group, and if it is more than equal to k, return 14. That's it. But what if this is not the case? And that's what we are trying to solve. Initially what will happen is, let us say we are trying to create a string of length 0. A string of length 0 will be an empty string, right? This one. So there is just one way to create a string of length 0, that is this empty string. I want to find out how many ways I can create a string of length 6, because the value of k is equal to 7. So find out the number of ways to create strings which are of length at most 6. So I know that an empty string.
Okay, so I need to count number of strings of length at most k minus 1, which is 6. And I know that there is only one way of creating a string of length 0, which is just an empty string. Right? So if I create an array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So dp of 0 is always 1. Makes sense.
We have one way, right? This is the base case we have. We have one way to create a string of length 0. Now, to create a string of length 1, I know that there is at least one string which is of length at most 1. I mean, this empty string is of length at most 1, right? Is of length at most 2 as well. If I ask you, try to create a string which is of length, max length of 6. So I can say an empty string is also satisfying this condition. It has a max length of 6. The maximum length of 6 is equal to the minimum
Yes.
length, right? So
So
initially,
yeah, we can improve his sentence like this empty string is of length less than or equals to max length, which is 6, right? That's what he is trying to say. So this 1 will basically count in all of these cases. Like this empty string is a valid string which is less than or equals to max length 1, right? It is a valid case for that. So yeah, he's keeping 1 everywhere. That's why.
we have one string which is of
Hmm.
length 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And this is called the prefix sum. We know that for
Hmm.
string of length 0 there is one string. For 1 this will be 1 plus 0, and for 2 it will be 1 plus 0, and for 3 it will be 1 plus 0, for 4 it will be 1 plus 0, 5, 6, all the way along. So we have a total of one string which are possible of each length, right? I'm talking about max length, right? Now, let me try to process each of the group. The first group is having
Hmm.
length 2. Basically, the characters are A and A. And currently, what we are trying to do is, we have this prefix sum. This prefix sum is telling me that a string of length at most 0, we have one way. A string of length at most 1, we have one way. Similarly, a string of length 6, at most 6, we have one way. We just have one string which is 0. Now, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to say, as of now, we have not seen any characters. Now, let us see the first group which has the character
Hmm.
A, and it
Hmm.
is total number of 12. Now,
Hmm.
tell me, how many ways do you have if you select characters from this group? How many ways can you create a string of length 0? See, the thing is, we will at least select one character, and at max we can select two characters, right? We can say from this particular group, I can select A or A, A, right? These are the two possibilities. So to
Hmm.
create a string of length 0, I have 0 ways, right?
Hmm.
Now I cannot create a string of length 0 because I have some data. I will
Hmm.
have to select at least Then I have one way to create a string of length 1, that is a string
Hmm.
which is just one character A.
Hmm.
And I have one way to create a string of length 2, that is AA,
Hmm.
right? So as
But
of now,
these,
what we have
both
is
of
I have
these,
one way to create a string of
okay.
length 1, one way to create a string of length 2. Now my prefix sum will be updated, and what this will become is this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2 because 1 plus 1 which is 2. So this will be 1, this will be 2. Now we have 2 plus 0 which is 2, and 2 plus 0 is 2. So all the values are now going to be 2, right? So after processing this first loop, what I have is I have two different ways to create a string of length at most 6, and those two strings are nothing but A and AB.
Okay, let's rewind. Let's rewind. Let's rewind. Let's rewind. Rewind. Rewind.
Now
Okay.
what we are trying to say, as of now we have created 7 characters. Now let us say
Hmm.
I have my question and give you a total number of 7. Now
Hmm.
how many ways do you have if you select characters from this group?
Hmm.
How many ways can you create a string of length 0? See, the thing is we can
Select
select
nothing.
one character, and at max we can select two characters, right? We can say for
Oh,
example I
okay.
can select
Okay.
B or AA, right?
Yep.
So
Makes
these two
sense.
will be
Makes
different.
sense.
So to create a string of length 0,
Hmm.
I have
There
two
is zero
different ways.
base.
Now I
Yes.
cannot create a string of length 0 because I have
Yep.
some data. I will have to select only one character.
Yep.
But I have one way to create a string of length 1, that is
Yes.
with just one character A. And I
Yes.
have one way to create a string of length 2, that is AA.
Yes.
So as of now what we have is I have one way
Hmm.
to create a string of length 1, one way to create a string of length 2.
Okay. So, first group is AA. Now, I'll have the same thing here. It can be either A or it can be AA. So, there is one of A and one of AA, rest is 0. Okay.
Now my prefix sum will be updated, and what this will become
Hmm.
is this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2 because 1 plus 1 which is 2. So this will be 1, this will be 2.
Okay.
This will be 1, this will be 2, this sum will be updated, and what this
Hmm.
will become is this will be 0, this will be 1,
Hmm.
this will be 2 because 1 plus 1 which is 2. So this will be 1, this will be 2. Now we have 2 plus 0 which is 2, and 2 plus 1
Hmm.
which is 2. So all the values are now going to be 2.
Okay, so prefix sum gets updated here. We are considering the first group. One plus zero. So this is sum of these two, right? So 1 plus 1 is 2, 0 plus 2 is 2, 0 plus 2 is 2, 0 plus 2 is 2, 0 plus... Okay.
Right? So after processing this first loop, what I have
Hmm.
is I have two different ways to create a string of length at most 6,
Hmm.
and those two strings are nothing but A and AA.
Hmm.
This is after processing the first group, but we have
Hmm.
more groups as well, right? So the next group is BB, right? Again, we will select at least one character and at most
Hmm.
2. Now again our DP table will be reset to 0, 0. This
Hmm.
is really the formula which I am trying to derive, which I will tell you what's the formula. But for now, before you know the formula, you should know the actual way, right? So that is what I am trying to do. Now again the same question. Try to find out how many strings you can create of length 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of 0, you cannot create any string because right now what we have is we have A and AB already created, right? We have these two strings with us. These two are the
Hmm.
possible strings we have of length at most 6. Now I have to select at least one character from the new group. If I have to select at least one character from the new group, then I will add, let us say I select one character B and add it to this group. It will be AB, right? AB will have a length of 2. And if I add it to this particular group or this particular string, this will be A, AB, which is of length 3. Now I cannot create a string of length 1 anymore because right now I have seen two different groups. So I will have a string of
Hmm.
length at least 2. And I have one possible way to create a string of length 2. Now I have two possible ways. We have A, then I have AB. If I can select one number of B from here, right? So I can say I have two number of ways to create a string of length 2, right? Also what I can do is I can create another string which is A and B. These two strings are added to our list, and these two strings are nothing but strings created by our previous strings by adding one B. What if I add two number of B's? Then it will be A, this particular A, and two number of B.
Hmm.
We have
Hmm.
a string of length 3 two times, I would say, and we have a string of length 2 one times now, right? This will actually be fun, and that is because this particular A is not valid. If we have seen two characters
Two
A and B,
times
then
two.
AA cannot be the string which was intended by
Hmm.
adding in type 2, right? So this will not be valid. We can get rid of this, right? Now these are our valid strings as of now after we have processed A and B, right? We have
Hmm.
processed A and BB. Now
Is
what
it
we can do
just multiplication? Let's see the third group.
very useful of this to create a string of
Should
length
be, then it
4,
should be
right?
like 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8 cases. I don't know.
Make it 0 0. How? Now, see the thing is adding at least one or maximum of two characters for the third group.
Hmm.
So what we can do is we will have to ask the previous groups before one that what's your count? How many ways I can create a group with again we cannot create a string of that is because we are a string of length 2. So I don't have right. So I cannot create a string of length 2, right? This will not
Hmm.
work.
Hmm.
In one way, adding string table with the value for a particular length, it is
Hmm.
it is equal to prefix sum array. This is our prefix sum array, and I would say prefix sum array then length minus. We are going to let this particular formula hold for a lot of different lengths. Don't worry about this thing. And there is one more thing we will see. For now, let us keep it like this. How many strings we can create of length 3? Just one, right? That will be nothing but we have A, B, and then we can add one number of C here, and this will be A, B, C. Just one string of length C, right? Alright.
Right.
How many strings of length 4? Okay. To create a string of length 4, you would say, okay, to create a string of length 3, I have 3 number of ways. To create a string of length 4, I will have 3 number of ways. What are those strings? What I can see, I can add 2 number of C's here. So there will be A, B, B, C. I can add one number of C into this, one number of C into this. This will be A, A, B, C, A, B, B, C, right? So there are 1, 2, 3, 3 ways to create a string of length 4. Now, how many ways do you have to create a string of length 5? Okay, then I have to ask this particular data, the string of length 4, right? That there are 4 ways to create a string of length 4, right? But the thing is, you will have to remember that this prefix sum is not telling me the exact value.
Okay.
It is not telling me.
Yeah, let's look at the chat. Star K. Hello, what's up, brother? Pranav Sanas. What is this stream for? So, this stream is for just learning lead code stuff, doing data structures, and learning new algorithms. And yeah, I just basically struggle here. This is a struggle corner. So, yep. If you want to see me struggle at learning algorithms, you can tune in anytime. I mean, whenever I'm alive. So, yeah, that's it, brother.
That I have 4 ways to create a string of length 4. This is telling me that I have 4 ways to create a string of length max 4. Max enough value of exactly 5 length string if you want to create. And according to the formula, you will say, okay, I can trying to create minus the group size that is length I am trying to create.
I just did my problem of the day. So, you have completed this one, lead code 3333. That's great, man.
The group size that is minus 2, right? If this 5 minus 2, the value is actually equal to 3, right? So we can actually go till 3, we need to go to 2. Because for the string with length at most 2, we cannot make it a string of length 5, right? This number 4, which I am trying to put it here, this number 4 includes all the strings which are of length 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I cannot convert a string of length at most 2 to a string of length 5 using this group, and that's how we can find out the string. I can say the current length which I am trying to create minus the group.
Oh, yeah. Great, man. Did you understand it properly? I mean, I'm struggling to uh, get the thing, man, get the explanation. I struggle with dynamic programming basically, so yeah, it's just not my forte.
Size, group
But
size
I'm
when you say
learning,
minus 4,
so yeah.
because group size when you say minus 4, it will take you to 3. 3 is allowed, it can happen. This will be fun, and 1 plus 3 is 4. And then for creating this video editor, the G length will be nothing but an array of 4 elements 2 comma 2 comma 2 comma 2. Basically see our TP table will be set to 0, will be a list of length k. Then for
Okay, group lengths for. Are you Indian? Yes.
the length in the range of 1 to 3, we are trying to update the value in our TP table for the length 1 to length 4. Check that if my current length which I set at this length, right, that is the group size
Hmm.
is the group length we have. The total number of ways
Hmm.
is equal to total number of ways multiplied
If the current length, what is length? 1 to k. If current length minus group size minus 1.
Then the dp length will be the current dp length minus the prefix sum of length minus group size minus 1. Also take the mod of this value.
Code Story with Mick. Is this the channel name? Let's see. Yeah, I think I saw in one of these results Code Story with Mick. Okay. Okay, then I'll watch this video after this stream. Thanks for recommending. But yeah, let me just
So that
get this code
value will
first.
be very very big. Then you create a prefix sum which is initially 0. While I was trying to explaining the
dp of length equals prefix sum length minus 1. If the current length that I'm trying to 1 to k, if length minus g size minus 1 is greater than or equals 0, then dp length equals dp length minus prefix sum length minus g size minus 1 mod.
solution approach. There is one more check that if my current length which I am trying to create minus group size minus 1, if this value is more than equal to 0, then the dp length will be the current dp length minus the prefix sum of length minus group size minus 1. Also take the mod of this value so that you do not create a value which is very very big. Then you create a prefix sum which is initially 0. The first value will be equal to the dp of 0. And then you can just update the value of your prefix sum using the new dp table we created. It will be equal to prefix sum of I minus 1 plus the dp of I, and again taking the mod. After coming out of this, you will have the count of the maximum number of strings we can create of length at most k minus 1 in your prefix sum array. You can just say total number of ways minus prefix sum k minus 1. This value will give you how many strings you can create of length at each k. Just take the mod of it and return it. And this is going to pass all the test cases. I know the solution is big. Do not focus on the solution. It is easy. Focus on the solution approach, which I have explained you. So you can just submit the code and now it will pass all the test cases. So yes, you can see the runtime is fairly good. The memory use is pretty fine. So we have solved this particular problem. And I think that's it for this video, guys. If this video helps you to understand the problem and the solution approach as well, then make sure that you hit that like button. And honestly, guys, it took a lot of efforts to create this video. Then I hope you subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. I want to see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching this video, guys.
Okay. So yeah, I will still watch this one again. And yeah, it's been an hour. So yeah, I understood some bits of it. I'm still struggling with the dynamic programming part. I need to look into that in more detail. But yeah, for this stream, I'll just end it here because it's been an hour and I usually keep my streams for only 1 hour every day. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow with the same problem, with most likely the fully understandable solution, and I'll try to explain it myself. Until then, have a good day or night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.